What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Kala niyo siguro nasa gym ako, but no fitness today. We're gonna be traveling. So we're in Bora. Not sure if this is gonna turn into a travel vlog. Definitely not my specialty. I just got to the hotel. Maliit lang naman siya. But it's pretty clean, pretty nice, not really in the crowded area. I'll try to throw in some B-rolls, show you guys how it looks. Then after that, probably get some water, maybe a little bit of food, maybe some tanning oil, sunblock. Tapos ayun, tambay-tambay na lang tayo. And basically, we're gonna do whatever the fuck we want. Yeah, there we go. So that did not work. Wala akong kwenta sa travel vlogging. So after that whole intro to the travel vlog thing, so that didn't really work out. Got there on Tuesday, I got back here on Friday, and the entire time I was doing around 20,000 steps a day, 800 calories of food a day, maybe even less. Maybe getting most of my calories from alcohol. I was dealing with hangovers in the morning, didn't really get enough water. We only worked out once during the trip. And I didn't even want to bring my camera around, mainly because it isn't weather sealed, and I didn't really want to bring it to the beach where there's fuck ton of sand, and it was really hot, so I didn't really want my camera to overheat. Plus, if you guys didn't know, I'm actually pretty shy, especially when I'm out. I'm not really used to bringing my camera around, especially if I'm, shooting it selfie mode and shit. I just didn't want to have to deal with people asking me about it, so di ko na rin dinala. And then when I got back on Friday, I think I was okay. Didn't really do anything the rest of the day. And then on Saturday, I started getting this really bad case of food poisoning. Not really sure if I got it from Bora. Again, I got back Friday morning, and food poisoning started Saturday afternoon. So if you guys know anything about food poisoning, let me know if I got this from Bora or if I got it when I got back here. So if you're a food poisoning expert, just leave a comment below. Today is Wednesday. From Tuesday last week until today, Wednesday, I've only trained once. That was on Thursday, and all I did was a pretty half-assed full body session. I'm feeling pretty catabolic right now, I would say. Super flat. Not really digging this feeling, but I should be good to go by tomorrow. But I will be starting light. My stomach still feels a little bit off. Hopefully, within a week, I should be back to normal. Yun lang naman yun. So that is my failed attempt at being a travel vlogger. Now let me just go back into my lane here, and we'll start with a Q&A. For today's Q&A, we're just gonna go through a couple of questions I got on my Instagram stories. So the first one here would have been, well, it's a bit timely, I guess. People are asking me more about questions about vacation, or what to do after, or what to do during. So the first one here is, Coach, is it normal to feel stronger after 1 to 2 weeks off the gym? Vacation mode last time. Yes, it is, especially if you're well rested. Normally, if you're out for around 1 to 2 weeks without training at all, you're probably gonna feel a little bit weaker on your first few sessions. You can sort of expect this, but then after, let's just say, a few days of training, when you're sort of back in your groove, you're definitely gonna feel a bit stronger just because you're recovered better. So vacation, eating, and training tips. I already made a video about eating out, so I think that applies even on vacation. But I didn't really get to talk about training tips so much, so I'll just go over that. When you're going on vacation, it's probably a good idea to have your training planned out. So if you're staying at a resort, look for one that already has a gym, or at least a gym nearby. Of course, try to fit your training time into your schedules. Medyo mahirap din kasi you're gonna go on vacation, you've already found a gym, or you're set up in a hotel with a gym. but your schedule just doesn't give you any time at all to get a session in. I mean, you could be getting maybe like a 30-minute session, but it just doesn't feel right when you have to rush it so much. Also, make sure to check if the gym will be open on time. So yun nangyari sa akin sa Bora. I went to Tides at around 8 o'clock. I asked the reception where the gym was. They pointed me there, and when I got there, 9 o'clock pa pala nakabukas. So I ended up going to Henan, which was open I think like by 7 a.m. It did cost twice as much for like $400 for one session. It's all good. I mean, I got my session in. The stuff was pretty decent. But ayun, check nyo lang yung opening hours of the gym. Next one, gaano ba katagal mababawi yung ganyang vacation gains? If we're talking about being fucking catabolic like this, you know, I'm not sure, especially if you haven't been training for more than a week. It's gonna take a bit longer. Usually if you're out for 3 to 4 days, once you get back into the gym, okay na you're kind of back to normal. But if you've been out for a week, or in my case, I think like 10 days, it's probably gonna take you more than a week. So for something like this, I will go to the gym on the first week with the intention to transition back into my regular training. This doesn't mean I'm going back into my regular training loads or my regular training volumes. What it means is that I will be easing myself back into the routine. Hopefully within the second week of my program, medyo back to normal na siya. Alright, so I'm just gonna go through the other questions here which aren't really vacation related. I'll go through them quick since most of them don't seem to be that context heavy anyway. Skinny fat macro suggestions. Probably the same as if you weren't skinny fat. You still want adequate protein, you still want enough carbs to fuel your sessions, you still want just the right amount of fat. No real difference there. Would you rather eat your last meal close to bedtime to hit your macros, or would you skip it? This will probably depend on your goals. So for me, let's just say pag naka-prep ako and it's late and for some reason I forgot to eat up my macros, but I am somewhat within range of my protein target. Ako, like personally, I might skip the meal. If let's say you just missed your last meal, tapos medyo malayo ka sa protein target mo, but you're not really hungry, you can just probably go with your protein target and then fuck it. Again, that's mainly if you're cutting and you're not really experiencing any detriments in your performance. If let's say you're deep into prep or you're deep into a cut and you're feeling every last calorie, if you miss a calorie, you're not going to be performing well in the gym, or it might affect your sleep or maybe even your mood the next day. In that case, I think you should just go and eat your macros. In the case of someone who's bulking, if you missed a meal, just eat it. Best way to get back at it after a slump. So this one might be a little bit related to the whole vacation thing. In any situation where you've been out for a while, I would recommend starting light. Go easy during your sessions. Don't force it too much. Just try to build the routine again. Just try to build your habits. And I think, again, once you've set that up, maybe in around 1 to 2, maybe even 3 weeks, you should be good to go. Worst gym experience in public. I don't really think I've had any. I'm not very confrontational, especially not in the gym. I don't even really like making eye contact with people or talking to people while I'm working out. So I haven't really had any negative experiences in the gym. What is your response when you're doing a lift correctly but someone tells you otherwise? I haven't really experienced this. Maybe because my form is perfect. Joke lang. But in most cases, you can probably just ignore this. But if they're really being aggressive, if they're being assholes about it, just tell them to fuck off. If you weren't doing bodybuilding, what other passions would you focus on? Honestly, if I didn't find bodybuilding, I would most definitely still be doing architecture right now. When I got into fitness, that was already during college, so I was already taking up architecture. So I'm pretty sure without fitness, you know, I would just be right there, you know, making buildings and shit. If not, if for some reason I still didn't end up taking architecture even without bodybuilding getting in the way, it would still probably be something related to design. Being a coach right now sort of fulfills that role. I'm still designing programs, still trying to structure things together, trying to do some Tetris on programming, for training, for nutrition. So definitely something along those lines, or maybe something na medyo more creative, so something like this. Probably not YouTubing, but something related to maybe like photography or film. Don't really have much talent in it, but you know, might have been something I would do. Okay, so I'm just gonna go through maybe like 2 more questions here. Have you been coached before? If so, who was it? Yes, I was coached in 2019 by Juanimal, if you guys know him. He stepped into my prep. I think I was around 6 weeks out, doing most of the easy half of my prep. I think around 20. Yeah, around 18 to 20 weeks of my prep on my own. Kind of easy enough for me, but the last 6 to 8 weeks did get pretty tough. So I had Juan come in, and he came in mainly for accountability, but it really was such a big help, especially when you're not feeling right anymore. You know, when you're deep into your cut, sub 10%, you kind of just need someone to tell you like, yo man, you gotta stop binging, or hey, you gotta stop half-assing your training. And when he was just telling me like, yo, you're on track, you don't really have to worry so much about it. And I don't know, I think I was like peaking with body dysmorphia at the time, but again, just having someone, a second eye there, was super helpful. So thank you, Juan. All right, last one here, a day in the life video coming up, or a full day of eating. I don't know, I've been getting a lot of this specific suggestion when I ask for, you know, content recommendations and stuff, but I don't think I'll be doing this for now. I don't really do much. There's really nothing special about my day. I get up, I train, I get back home, and I have 3 meals a day. So there's really nothing special to it. In terms of like a full day of eating, I don't know, I'm just eating what we have at home for the most part. Sometimes I'll have my own food, just mainly more protein, but other than that, again, just nothing special there. Okay, that's it. If you have any other questions, follow me on Instagram. You can ask on my Q&A segments on my stories. And if you like this video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.